Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. First thing I want to do is do a quick shout out and thank you to all the channel members. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you more than you know. And I want to say thank you to anyone who's come in to check out the knife and EDC content. I really appreciate it. So today we're going to look at a unique knife that was sent to me by Kansept, and it is the Korvid Mini. And when I say mini, guys, it's a mini. So the Korvid Mini is a unique little knife. I've seen this thing around for a year and a half now. I think first they came out maybe with the Mini, then they came out with the Korvid M, the Korvid M Plus, just a bunch of different variations. The Korvid Mini's kind of been unique because you can get this in any color, from whimsical to more neutral, in a frame lock, in a liner lock, in premium materials like this one, or in, just really any price point you want. So I just real recently had the Korvid Plus, M Plus donated in, and we gave it away on a Friday Night Flicks. It was a titanium frame lock. This one is a carbon fiber S35VN. No pocket clip, you'll notice on this, because this is truly a fifth pocket knife, maybe a little slip knife, if you will. It's got a liner lock, so it's a liner lock. It's got a little lanyard loop, which would be good. You could keep it on a lanyard. But from a mini style knife, it is very, very cutty. It is that same Koch Designs. I only have my Korvid S here, which we'll look at in a second from a stylistic standpoint, because the Korvid S, as you may or may not know, is the fixed blade version, but it's the exact same design. I would say for Kansept, this little Korvid, Korvid, which is a group of crows from what I've come to learn, is probably the knife I've seen them offer more variations, and I think it's just a super neat little design. Now this Mini, I think, is a wonderful, whimsical office knife, dedicated package opening knife, little detail cutter if that's what you're looking for in your EDC, fifth pocket carry knife, small knife, but it's not going to be a knife that you're going to want to break down cardboard with. It's not going to be a knife that you're going to want to necessarily start a fire with, right? But to me, it is so freaking cool. It has, I can get an easy inside 2-finger grip on it, but I can even get a 3-finger grip on it. You've got this wonderful jimping, which I can feel when I've got an inside grip, but where I like it is to put my thumb right up in this little swoop here, and you can really, from a pinch grip knife to a standard cut knife, it will actually get into some materials. So the Korvid that I bought, that I've had the most experience with and really appreciate, is the Korvid S, which is the fixed blade version. But if you look at these two knives, if you look at the two blades, everything is identical. From the blade markings, this one's S35VN, this one's S35VN. So they are absolutely identical, like I said. I mean, the style has been carried over perfectly. I think they've just done a great job on this little knife. But then the Korvid S is a great fixed blade for me. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons before I get some measurements, because like I say, I have not seen a mini knife this mini in my experience. So I broke out some of my mini knives to see how they would actually compare. So there's the Civivi Baby Banter and the TRM Nerd V1. Here is my little Kershaw launch. And here is my Finch Runtley. Guys, these are twice the size, and these are little mini knives as the little Korvid S. Now, one thing I want to talk to you guys about, and I can't really show it because I don't have a split screen here, and my little purple nip light. So yeah, guys, the Korvid Mini is quite a mini. Now, one thing they make, I've noticed, and I saw it at BladeHQ, is they've got a little Kydex sheath. And the little Kydex sheath allows you to click this knife into about right here and wear it as a neck knife. Now, I'm not altogether that sure of how functional that sheath would be, i.e. how good the retention would be, i.e. would it keep the knife in the sheath if I was wearing it as a neck knife. The other thing that I was curious about was you've got this lanyard hole and your blade comes nowhere near to it, nowhere near it. So I was wondering if I took one of my titanium chains, why I would ever buy that Kydex sheath. So if I had that around my neck, pulled it off, opened it, there's no way I'm going to get to that chain, even if I try to jank it all up. So I don't know if that's even a possibility, but that's probably how I'd carry it. Either in my fifth pocket, which is how I've been carrying it this week. I've had it just in my fifth pocket, and I will tell you, I've wanted and may put a little small lanyard on it, just because it's so small in my fifth pocket that I have to really dig to get it out. So for that one reason, I think it needs a little lanyard just to help you be able to retrieve it from your pocket. But that is it next to a Liberty quarter. It is a little guy. So if we're going to measure this booger, it's overall 3 3/4 inches from tip to tip. It has a 1 1/2 inch blade, has a 2 1/4 inch handle. The cutting area is 1 1/4 inches. The inside grip is 1 1/2 inches, 2 inches, 2 1/4 if you want to go right in front of the trigger, which I wouldn't really recommend because this is a sharp little sharpening choil. Let's real quickly see what the blade stock is, because I'm curious about one thing. 0.1165. So it's a little thinner. So you got a 0.1165. Whoops. .0015 thickness with these carbon fiber skins. 0.44, 0.45 roughly. And the height of this little guy is right around 1/2 inch, 0.55 this way. So just a good little small, tiny cleaver chopper Korvid. Let's get a weight on it real quick. .3 ounces. Guys, guess what that means? That's within our inch per ounce that I care really nothing about and don't really use it as a you know, a gauge on how well a knife carries. I can tell if it's going to carry too light or too heavy. So, deployments. This is within our inch and ounce. So I can either pinch it open, I can flip it, which is probably the easiest way. I can front flip it. I've got to hold it with two hands. I don't know how you would come across to that. I don't think it's designed for front flipping, just because you've got that little knob there. I think that's just your jimping. So I'll look at it as a flipper or a middle finger flipper, but you got to be careful not to throw it across the room. Whoops. I got to get my finger in the groove. Guys, that is the Korvid Mini. And that one happens to be in carbon fiber. It happens to be an S35VN. And I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to zoom on it to make it look a little bigger. And guys, I'm going to ask y'all to please, please, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts. Choose debate, not hate. Hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon if you're so inclined. I love each and every one of you. And all I ask is that you go forward and go kind. I love you all. Choose hate, not debate. Peace.